You're looking at it and you're saying that everything that's wrong with our culture is why I'm a success.
Wow.
So when I actually got a chance to talk to her, she was like, I know.
50 Cent said that he would work with Taraji after he seen the video of Taraji saying, you know, she had to fire her whole team after she done the Empire series for her character.
Recently, Oprah Winfrey has been receiving unwanted heat when Taraji P. Henson disclosed that she nearly quit The Color Purple due to unjustly low pay. He rocked the industry by telling Taraji to forsake Oprah and go with his own formidable crew. 50 Cent has just made matters worse. Fans are also not putting up with this, reminding everyone that 50 was among the first to criticize Oprah years ago, pointing out her dubious tactics and charging her with shielding white predators, while ignoring black performers.
That's Oprah.
That's Oprah. Okay. After the Oprah, and your cat's name is?
And then Gail. But
Gail, okay.
3-4 years, 50 Cent has been disparaging Oprah. He also didn't let that feud go to rest. He even turned up the trolling at one point, calling his cat after Oprah's best friend Gayle King and his dog after Oprah. Although the jokes may have made some chuckle, supporters claim that the situation is no longer amusing. They allege that Oprah has a deep-seated shady side and has been covertly undermining other black celebrities. In the business, people are now stating that it's time for her to be completely revealed. Regarding Oprah's dubious side, people are claiming that she has trampled over black entertainers in an attempt to rise to the top. For years, there have been rumors on the internet that Oprah isn't as innocent and kind as she portrays herself to be, and they are now gaining traction once more. Why? Due to Taraji P. Henson's recent admission that she almost turned down Oprah's Color Purple remake. After receiving a demeaningly lowball offer, there was always something odd with her references to hip-hop culture. Along with it, and there was something on my CD that was in fact. Taraji asked herself, what? Why? Why am I acting in this way? Here's the worst part though. The majority of Hollywood celebrities remain silent for fear that Oprah will reject them. But not 50 Cent. He has been bold, refusing to play Oprah's game and dragging her for years. At one point, 50 Cent even went so far as to label Oprah an Oreo, claiming that although she is black on the exterior, she has a white perspective on the inside. Oprah's criticism of 50's unvarnished lyrics and her assertion that rappers like him just perpetuate negativity in society set off this feud. However, 50 didn't remain silent. With those remarks, he retorted forcefully, highlighting what he perceives to be Oprah's unfair treatment of others. He maintained that although Oprah initially supported the views of black women, she has since become so devoted to middle-aged white women that she has almost become one herself.
And almost had to walk away from Color Purple. What? Yes, ma'am. Who said what? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because you know what? If I don't take a stand, how am I making it easy for Fantasia and Danielle and Hallie and Felicia? Then why?
And there are those who have clocked this long. At Go Besides 50, she was also criticized by rapper Ludacris for being cunning when she brought him on her show, only to humiliate him in front of millions of people at home. Ludacris and his co-stars from Crash appeared on Oprah's show in 2005 to promote the popular film. The true shady aspect, however, was when Oprah called Luda out for using the N-word in his music rather than allowing him to discuss his position. Viewers never saw Luda's scathing retort because Oprah's crew chopped it out, giving the impression that he sat there silently and said nothing. And it wasn't the only time she used such tactics. A year later, Dave Chappelle appeared on Oprah's show to discuss his decision to hop to Africa and his rejection of the huge $50 million Comedy Central deal. Even so, it resulted in yet another untidy moment on the stage.
She made about, I was there for a Crash for the movie. Yeah. And basically she said something about not agreeing with my music, but she thought I did great in the movie. And of course I was up there with the whole cast of Crash. Mm-hmm. And so I didn't necessarily feel like that needed to be said. You didn't agree with my music. And even if you don't agree with certain songs I made, say you don't agree with certain songs, don't say you just don't agree with all of my music.
Dave attempted to explain everything by pointing out that there are always significant conditions linked to those enormous Hollywood checks. Oprah, however, wouldn't tolerate it. She persisted in applying pressure to get him to acknowledge that he had gone insane. At that point, Dave revealed even more startling information. Others close to him were pressuring him to use antipsychotic medications instead of paying attention to what he had to say. Oprah repeatedly dismissed everything as unimportant, saying that Dave was simply anxious and suspicious. Oprah's reputation was further cast in doubt as this chaotic back and forth took place, because she was also being publicly shamed for her close association with convicted predator Harvey Weinstein. For years, Oprah and Harvey Weinstein were tight and she made no effort to conceal it. She seemed pleased by their relationship. However, it became even more outrageous when several celebrities came forward to assert that Oprah had to be aware of what was happening behind the scenes. Once Weinstein's horrifying acts eventually made headlines, Oprah really reached out to Weinstein directly with words of encouragement after the initial wave of accusations surfaced. According to sources close to the man,
she was able to say what she said, and then I had my rebuttal. And when I saw the final show, her comments were in there.
Right, was in there, but yours wasn't in there.
And mine weren't in there, so it just looked like I.
Weinstein boasted that Oprah pushed him to stand up and defend himself, even pledging to be at his side. According to a source who spoke to TMZ, Oprah was supposedly singled out by Weinstein, who treated her like his ultimate ride-or-die ally, despite the fact that many influential Hollywood figures were quietly calling for his protection.
Point, it was like, all right, this is enough.
Yeah. Colleagues were quoted as saying that you had become increasingly paranoid. Would you say you were paranoid?
Sure. First of all, what is a black man without his paranoia intact? if you might win $100 in a poker game and be on the subway, you're gonna look over your shoulder.
Oprah attempted to dismiss the criticism. However, well-known figures like Seal and Rose McGowan later came out and attacked her, claiming that Oprah knew exactly what Weinstein was up to from the start and continued to shield him. Rose didn't hold back either, accusing Oprah of supporting a sick power structure in order to maintain her own authority, and branding her a reptile in a scathing tweet. The British musician Seal then went all out, shaming Oprah on Instagram with an old picture of her grinning beside Weinstein. He wrote a vicious caption: "When you contributed to the issue for decades and all of a sudden, everyone believes you're the answer." Then, taunting her, he reminded her brutally, "I see now that I forgot." Yes, exactly. You were unaware that he was truly preying on young, star-studded actresses. But you had heard the stories. I apologize, Honorable Hollywood.
They just said in everything I had $50 million. That's like making me a marked man.
So did you go to a psychiatric hospital?
In South Africa?
Yeah.
Who? Huh? Oh, yeah, that's right. I was so...
I'm only asking because I need to ask.
I gotta get people thinking, all right, who goes from America?
Fans then began pointing out that Oprah's lengthy history of ignoring black artists while protecting actual predators is nothing new, making 50 Cent appear to have been the first to see through her ruse. Long before the rest of the world realized it, 50 Cent had been observing Oprah's movements. He brought up their long-standing argument in a recent interview with The Guardian, accusing her once more of attempting to portray his music as dumb. "Garbage. I wrote songs about my 9 gunshot wounds. Everyone writes from painful moments that connect in a big way," 50 explained. "Are you implying that we shouldn't talk about it? The way we experienced it."
I was gonna leave, so I got ahead of schedule, and I bounced. And I didn't tell anybody where I was going. The whole time, they're trying to convince me I'm insane. They were trying to get me to take psychotic medication. I said, I'm not taking this medicine, man, because I know these people be trying to control you or maybe discredit you. I was afraid, like, you know.
But you were stressed out. That's why.
There's no question, but it's very stressful.
It was a powerful clapback. Subsequently, Taraji P. Henson said that she almost begged to be paid fairly for her work on Oprah's excellent By the Way version of The Color Purple. 50 exhibited affection right away. He didn't hold back when he posted a screenshot of a story on Instagram about Taraji terminating her entire team for not making money off of her empire's success. They made fun of him by dropping the ball. "I'm prepared to work, Taraji, let's get it. Gonna film and TV, Greenlight Gang, and GLG." That enthusiasm demonstrated once more his willingness to support those Oprah leaves hanging. When Monique felt deceived by Oprah, 50 Cent took a strong stand. 50 wasn't having it after Monique went public and said that Tyler Perry and Oprah had blackballed her because she wouldn't do free publicity work. He even went straight up to Tyler. However, 50 claims that Tyler attempted to appear ignorant by pretending to be unaware of the situation. Monique's career, meanwhile, was suffering greatly. However, 50 didn't speak regarding it. His words were followed by his actions in Season 2 of Black Mafia Family, or BMF, a popular television series produced by his Gunnet Films and Television. He offered her a significant role. Since then, fans have praised him as one of the few powerful figures in the industry who isn't afraid to criticize Oprah and do something about it. One admirer commented, "First Monique, now Taraji," beneath 50's post. How could anyone not appreciate 50? He is truly out there supporting the Black Queens. For real. Really? Really? 50, said another. That thing is going to blow through the ceiling if you pull Taraji into one of your shows. For that reason, I'm completely here. I must ask you now, would you be interested in seeing Taraji collaborate with 50 on one of his projects? Do you also believe that 50 has been correct about Oprah and her career trajectory from the beginning? This discussion is just going to heat up, so please share your thoughts in the comments section. Additionally, remember to use the like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for more incredible stories to come.